Well, there's nothing like having a little magic in Vegas, and I think we all need a little magic. Obviously, when we're gambling, we want to win. Eric Stevens is, you do magic tricks and all this lovely stuff that makes everything kind of fun.
I do. I'm a close-up magician. By the way, thank you for having me, Ninon.
Absolutely,
I really appreciate it.
absolutely. I like a little magic in my life. I want to see what's going on and what's happening. So what put you into the magic world, or magician, whatever you want to call it?
Well, when I was 8 years old, my grandmother gave me a book of card tricks,
Oh.
and it hooked me instantly. And I did the same trick over and over until it became an annoyance and not magic anymore. And that's what I learned to better myself and actually start studying.
And you started studying, but your mother was the one that started the whole
my
thing?
grandmother.
Your grandmother.
My grandmother,
and
yeah.
so, and did you ask for this, or did she just think it would be a good
No.
idea to entertain you?
No, I was playing on the floor of her house,
Yeah.
and she was cleaning through things that belonged to my cousins and herself to give things away to Goodwill. And then I think she came out of a room with the book, and it probably belonged to one of my cousins.
Yeah, probably.
And
yeah.
asked me if I wanted it, and I'm 8 years old. I think to myself, why not?
There you
And
go.
here we are.
What is it?
It was,
What is it? So that was the entree.
it was
into
the impetus, yes.
the impetus of where you are now. Now, what brought you to Vegas?
I'm here in Vegas primarily because I am collaborating with Luna Shimada, who you've had on this show before.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful woman, incredible magician. In my opinion, the best female magician alive.
I think she was actually, and I don't like that because I'm a woman and she's a woman, but I don't think it matters which sex you are as long as you're good.
Exactly.
That's all that really counts.
As a matter of fact, people say female magician, but I think that regardless of what gender we are, we should
Doesn't
all be
matter.
referred to as magician.
Magician, and that's what you are,
Because
and
that's
what
what
you
we
do.
are. Yeah.
And are you performing anywhere, or where have you performed?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we just came back from a 10 to 12-day cruise on Crystal Cruises, working for Crystal across the
lovely.
Caribbean, Antigua, Martinique, Barbados, all
I'm not
over.
going to ask, did you have a good time? Because I'm
It was
quite
incredible. It was
Incredible
absolutely
time?
wonderful.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Did you ever think that would happen to you, ending up on a cruise ship for how many weeks were you on there? 6?
It was about 2 weeks,
2
10
weeks,
to
that's
12
right,
days.
10 to 12
yeah.
day cruise. And you had a fabulous time, as well as working, getting paid.
It was one of that's a great part of it. That's a great bonus is getting paid. But I also learned a lot, and I think that's most important for me. It's not about the money; it's about the experience and allowing others to share that experience with me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you learn that you didn't know before on a cruise?
I learned how the cruises work, because this was my first cruise ever, actually, my first performance on a cruise, and I learned a lot about how it works, about how best to interact with the staff, about what the expectations of the staff versus the audience
Yeah,
are.
two different people, because you've got a staff of, I don't know if any of you know, but when you are on a cruise, it's quite a number of staff on a
That's
cruise.
right,
There's
several
a lot,
hundred people.
Yeah, there's a lot more than you think. You think, maybe just 100, but there's 200 or 300 on staff.
Precisely.
Alone, never
Yeah.
mind the 2,000 or 3,000.
Sure. Now, Crystal is a smaller
smaller
cruise ship.
cruise ship,
Now,
yeah.
Royal Caribbean, Princess Cruises, those are all quite large.
Yes.
But this is a smaller, more luxurious cruise ship, a more
It's a very luxurious, yes.
defined experience.
Yes, and it's more expensive than the other cruises as well.
Generally, yes.
Yes, it's more.
Yes.
That's why they call it Crystal.
Yeah, I felt so pampered. It was
You
wonderful.
did? Were you pampered?
We were indeed. But it was, even if we hadn't been, it didn't matter, because
No.
I got to share what I love to do with these people.
And what was the response from the audience? Because you've got rather a captured audience. They're not going anywhere. They're there.
Sure. Well, I was really lucky in comparison to some of the other performers that were there. They all did an amazing job. But what I got to do, based on my forte, my closet magic,
Yeah.
was that I was able to really, truly interact with people. I wasn't on a stage on a different level, both physically
So you
and
were with
emotionally.
the people
I
more,
was with them
and
this far
and they
away.
wanted to be with you.
Sure, they remembered my name. They pointed me out across the hall. They knew
isn't
who I
that
was. They
nice?
They said, "When is your show? When can I come see you?" And I was really humbled by that and flattered by that they should take the time to learn about who I am. And
Has
I
that
think
ever happened to you before?
it
To that
has. It
extent?
has, but. It felt good knowing that these people on cruise ships are generally doing it because they're retired, or they don't want to deal with a lot of the way their life used to be.
Yes.
It's kind of a new
But
level of
also
experience,
being on a cruise,
right?
you're there for a couple of weeks or
Sure.
10, 12 days,
Yes.
whatever the case is. But you
course.
don't have to move anything.
No,
and then
you
you're
don't.
going into different places. You
Sure.
get stopped at 2 or 3. So
Yeah.
you never really get bored.
No, not at all. But what's nice about this is that their expectations are a certain way, and to be able to have that sort of pattern interruption and kind of break the static and say, look, this is something different, and have them acknowledge that they like that and appreciate that difference was really
I'm
wonderful.
going to be one of those that's going to appreciate and acknowledge and see. Are you going to do a little trick for me?
I would love to.
All right.
I want to
The
show
floor
you
is
my
yours.
favorite tool.
What is your favorite
It's
tool?
my favorite tool. This is a little bit of a test. It works out your brain, okay?
This could be a disaster.
Oh, no. You'll do great, I promise.
All right.
See, this works out the left side of your brain. That's the side that deals with patterns and numbers.
Okay.
This side works out the right side of your brain. That's shapes and colors. All right?
Okay, yeah, because you've got two different brains,
Exactly right. The left and right hemispheres.
Sometimes they intermingle and
left right
sometimes they
hemispheres.
don't.
So we're going to work out the right side of your brain. Is there a color here that pops out to you?
Yes, the blue.
The blue, very nice. It's the same for me. I find it to be a very calming, cooling, and cathartic color. I like alliteration, don't you?
Yes.
Now, if we're going to work out the left side of your brain, name a number between 1 and 6, whatever pops into your head. 3. Watch carefully. Notice how you said 3 a lot faster than you did the color. It's because you're a very left brain logical person.
See, I learned something already.
Watch this. Look,
What?
1, 2, 3. We land right there on the red. Interesting, since this is all red
All
around
red,
us.
yes.
Maybe a little hard for the viewers to see, so let me make it easier for you. The entire thing actually becomes red. That's the left and the right side at the same time. Now, Ninon, don't worry. It's just a test. It's just me trying to figure out how you think.
It's colored again.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I like to mess with both sides of your brain at the same time, and you're not even sure what to think. Now, go and check that out.
No, I'm totally.
Make sure it's exactly what it appears to be.
Okay, this is the red side, this is the colored side, this is the red. Now what happens? Can I make it change? You made it change. I can't.
Sure. But it may be difficult, and you know why? Because it's not real. It doesn't exist. It never did.
Did you see that? I didn't see it either.
Well, you know
but
where
it has
went.
gone.
It went right back to the beginning where we started.
Oh, that's
right
because he
here.
has 2 of them.
That would be one way to do it. Go ahead and check it out. There's
down.
nothing there.
It's hidden somewhere,
Go ahead,
but
check
it's
it
not.
out, please. Nothing up.
No, because there's the red again and there's the color. Hang on a second. No, it's not in there either. I'm really bad because I'm really looking.
But please, go ahead. There's nothing there.
He's right, nothing there.
You see, I do this for the experience because there are a lot of people that enjoy magic because it's visual and it's interesting, and there are other people that like trying to figure it out, and that's okay. You know, I enjoy showing those people that there's something a little bit more to it. You know,
is it kind of how fast you move and how you move is how it's all done?
it's a combination of choreography and psychology. You know, because magicians are constantly experimenting. A magician friend of ours that lives here in Vegas, Armando Lucero, actually talks about the psychology of it all and how magicians are really scientists. How we experiment with every performance.
I'm sitting next to a scientist, guys out there. Come on.
Yeah,
So you're
I
a
suppose
scientist.
you can say that, yeah.
But then you've also got this badge on hair. I'm a fan of, what is that?
Persuasion, a fan of
He's
persuasion.
a fan of persuasion. What's all that about?
Well, I used to work in radio, and I grew up
Oh,
on a
that's
lot
where you
of
get
radio
that great
plays.
voice. You've got a great voice.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I also appreciate the old, like, sort of the
This
vintage,
is the old,
classic radio microphone head. That's wonderful.
Isn't that lovely? I like the old stuff as well. But so where's your next job coming up now? We've got Christmas coming up and everything, so are you booked for anything?
Sure. So we have a theater in our home where we're going to be doing monthly variety shows coming up. So dates are not quite set yet.
Okay.
But we're going to be, we're in the middle of trying to get that figured out. Also a couple cruises happening later on next year. And of course, any corporate events you may have coming up.
Yeah, that's why he's here, so we can promote him. We want to promote you to make sure you get the work out there.
We also have the Magic Castle next year.
Oh, the Magic Castle.
That's
Well, I
right.
know the Magic Castle very well. That's in Los Angeles. Actually, it's in Hollywood.
Yes, it
It's
is.
up in the hills. Absolutely fabulous place. And
incredible.
actually, to be able to go there as a magician is an honor.
It
Because they
really
don't
is,
they
yes.
don't take everybody in there. But I used to know quite a few of them because being in the business
Sure.
and everything. But that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
I used to live a 10-minute walk away from the Magic Castle, and I visited every Friday or Saturday.
Oh, how
so
wonderful.
I got to see some of the most incredible magic in the world. I was very fortunate, and I still am.
And you still are. Are you glad you went into this business and you...
There hasn't been a single day that I've regretted it.
Isn't that nice?
And I honestly believe that the day I get tired of doing this is the day that I quit. Because I'll know that I won't have the heart anymore.
No.
Right? But I don't think that'll ever happen, honestly.
Do you want to get into one of the big hotels, or one of the hotels, or the lounges, or something like that? Or do you do? I think you do yours more of a one-on-one base. I mean, you could be in a bar, and you could be,
And I have done all of that. But
yes. What is your goal?
Even though the larger hotels and venues, performances like that are certainly very lofty and achievable goals.
Yeah.
There's something about those experiences that separate the performer from the audience. And I got into this and continue to do it this way because I enjoy creating a connection between people and saying, here's a moment that we can share together.
Well, which we just did.
Which we just did, and it was beautiful.
It was
and
lovely.
I loved it.
It was wonderful.
It was
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So how can they book you and get hold of you?
Well, you can find me on my website, www.ericstevensmagic.com. You can email me at experiencewonder@hotmail.com. You can also call me to contact me to book me 509-936-2107. And you can also contact us through Luna's Shimada Legacy School of Magic.
Absolutely wonderful. See, he's not afraid of giving his phone number out. None of us are afraid. When you're in business in this day and age, you have to give your phone number out. A lot of people used to not like it, in case different people will call them. But you can find anybody anywhere now on the internet, so we might as well give your phone number out. Why not? Amazing. So don't forget to check him out. And you can actually book him if you're having a party. It would be great to have you at a party, right? You do
Sure,
parties?
I do a lot of corporate events. I just did a gig for Coca-Cola last year.
Coca-Cola.
It was a lot of fun. I did their gambling sort of casino-themed Christmas party. It was wonderful.
Absolutely lovely.
I really enjoyed it.
He's absolutely wonderful. And don't forget to be in touch. We'll be right back.
It was such a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. How sweet.